expect to see you again. Come to see the reactor, have you? We got it working without you.
I'm here to blow up your reactor, Sean. Put an end to the Institute.
Well, at least there's no need for guessing games now.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Says he's the general's son.
Why did you call me Mom?
What? You're my mother. Why else would I call you that?
Who told you I was your mother?
What do you mean? Nobody told me. You just are.
Right.
Evacuation order issued.
Of course I'm your mother.
Good. For a second, I thought you forgot who I was. Now let's hurry up and get out of here.
Signed evacuation.
All right. You can come with me.
Really? Do you mean it?
Yes, I mean it. Now let's get out of here.
I'm glad you are here to save me.
Sturgis figures this was a safe distance outside the blast radius. Whenever you want to see humanity's best hope for the future go up in smoke, just hit that button.
Nice. Uh-oh. This can't be good.
get paid?
Exactly. Time to pay up.
Here you go, hermana. Right down to business. I like it. Here you go. And thanks for your service, right? I'll be here if you need me.
Excuse me.
Hey, good timing. I was just about to try establishing a radio connection with an ASAM.
So, how are you gonna do that?
With a little ingenuity and a big pair of jumper cables. You remember when we patched in the receiver module, right? Well, I'm about to try something similar using the comm hub's transmitter and a frequency amplifier. If those parts still work, we'll have real-time two-way communication between the hub and any ASAM sensor.
Why is that so important?
Real-time communication within and between our settlements would really speed up how fast they can grow and expand.
Parts?
That's right. The comm hub's transmitter and frequency amplifier. Right now, we're running off the ones installed in the Vault hub. They ain't that advanced, and their range is fairly limited.
Sounds good.
All right. I've patched in the parts we need, but I think we're gonna need more power for this. So I'm gonna head down to Plutonium Well, boost its output a little. Whilst I'm doing that, it'd be really helpful if you could try tuning in the hub for me.
What exactly do I have to do?
Don't worry, it won't be difficult. All you need to do is tune in the hub until you find the right frequency. It'd be as easy as finding a radio station on your Pip-Boy.
Sure, I can do that.
Great. Just sit yourself down at the Vault hub. Keep turning the frequency knob until you get a clear signal. Then just sit back and wait for my return. Okay, won't be long.
This question. This question. Command, this is Golf Romeo 1-9er requesting additional support. Over. Command,
Hello?
this is Golf. What the? Who is this? How'd you get on this frequency? You're disrupting gunner communications. Do you know what kind of trouble that can get you in? You better tell me how you're doing this, and fast.
You're obviously upset.
Damn right I'm upset. Civilian gear ain't able to broadcast on this frequency. What kind of hardware are you using? Where are you broadcasting from?
Why do you want to know?
A civilian shouldn't have the kind of equipment that could disrupt our comms. I repeat, what kind of hardware are you using? Where are you broadcasting from?
I'm not telling you that.
Either you tell us now, or we'll just track you down. Don't make this harder than it has to be.
I gotta go.
Given the strength of your signal, you can't be far. Once we're done with our op, shouldn't take too long to find you. Don't go anywhere.
Uh-oh. This can't be good.
Darling! I got back as fast as I could.
I made a mistake.
We'll worry about that later. I overheard the whole thing on my Pip-Boy. The hub's broadcast frequency. It must be similar to the one the gunners use. Or at least close enough to cause disruptions. This is not good. We really don't want the gunners' attention on us. We definitely don't want them sniffing around the comm hub. This is not good.
Whatever it is, we can handle it.
The gunners are a mercenary group. Guns for hire. Huh. Never thought about it before, but I guess that explains their name. Anyway, they ain't exactly the nicest bunch of people you'd run across. If they could find a reason to mess with you, they'll do it. By broadcasting on their comm frequency, we've probably piqued their curiosity. They'll want to know what kind of tech we're using. They may even try and take it. I don't think we can afford to let the gunners come here.
What do we do now?
I don't know. Maybe I could talk to them. Convince them to leave us alone. Hold on. I think I could find where they're radioing from. Alright. Looks like they were somewhere northeast of Olivia. Well, guess I should go check it out. Try to find these gunners and see if I could reason with them. Although, kinda nervous. I'm used to dealing with raiders and your typical wasteland critters. But gunners, they're different. They're organized.
Don't worry. I've got your back.
You'll help? Thanks. I feel better already. Here, let me update your map. There. The gunners were somewhere near one of those markers. But I don't know which one for sure. We'll have to check each of them. My God. I know this place. I gave him ASAMs. What the hell happened here?
That's close enough. Who are you?
Whoa, easy there. Easy. We're not looking for trouble. Why don't you just put that gun down and we could talk?
Why are you here?
We're just looking for some gunners. That's all.
Gunners? You with the gunners?
Whoa, now, I said we're not looking for trouble. Darling, a little help here?
Look, all I need is for you to put down the gun. Then we can talk this through.
Mine goes down when his goes down.
Okay, that's fair. See? Putting it away.
All right. Assuming you're not gunners, why were you looking for them?
We were hoping to discuss something with them.
Huh. Well, I doubt you'll get much of a response, but if you want to strike up a conversation, go ahead. I believe that one was the leader.
Feel like holding a seance?
Maybe later. Right now, we should probably focus on the living. If you don't mind us asking, what went down here? And who are you?
Gunner expansion. They tried to seize this place. Locals resisted. Maybe even fought back. You can see the results for yourself. By the time I arrived, it was too late to help anyone. So I found a concealed position on the overpass and administered a little wasteland retribution.
You still haven't told us who you are, or what you're doing here.
I'm Aiden, and without sounding too melodramatic, I hunt down gunners. Been on this squad's trail for a week. This is the 4th settlement they've hit.
Why? What's this all about?
Gunners have been unusually active lately, laying claim to territory all over the Commonwealth. This settlement was just the latest conquest. Saying that, this place used to just be a solitary hut. I've no idea how they built up so damn fast. Sudden growth must have been what made them a target.
Sudden growth? Oh no. Don't tell me the gunners attacked this place because I gave them ASAMs.
What? The hell you talking about?
They're these little sensor things. Help people build stuff. I've been providing them the settlements for months now.
Huh. Then this attack was your fault.
Hey! Now you just wait a minute. You better watch what you say, mister.
That's not fair.
Whether it was intentional or not, you made them a target.
You can't blame me for what the gunners did. Folks deserve the opportunity to make a better life for themselves. And I don't appreciate some jumped-up vigilante accusing me of... Whoa, wait! You don't need to...
Reinforcements. Hope you can fight.
Sweet. Well, looks like we... Goodbye. I'm more than happy to stick it to the gunners. Pleasure of the bad, I guess.
Just a graze.
My pleasure. Human garbage. You annoy me. Hell yeah. Good riddance. Hell yeah. This has gotta stop. Time to shut you up good. Human garbage. Got it. You annoy me. Good riddance. I'm glad that's over with.
You handled yourselves well.
Yeah, well, felt the need to blow off a little steam after someone accused me of causing what happened here.
Not gonna let that go, are you? Say what you like about them, but the Gunners run a tight operation. Sooner or later they'll figure out what happened here. Chances are you and your partner will be flagged as persons of interest.
Oh, great. That's precisely the kind of thing we came here to avoid.
You can expect more Gunner attention from now on, so watch your backs. They'll give you even more trouble than they give me.
Can you tell me about your trouble with the Gunners?
Where would I even begin? We have history. That's all you need to know.
Is there a way I can communicate with them?
You could try, but I wouldn't advise it. At this point, you put too many of them down. They're not going to be interested in hearing your side of the story. Best thing would be to just lay low.
So what are you gonna do now?
I'm leaving, and so should you. There's no guarantee more reinforcements aren't en route.
Yeah, well, nice meeting you.
Yeah, whatever. Oh, and cut the charity with those sensors. They're just chum in the water.
You think he's really gone?
I think so.
Good. Jerk. Can you believe what he said? That this is all my fault? You don't think he was right, do you? That giving these people ASAM's made them a target? That I'm responsible for bringing the Gunners here?
You didn't know. It's not your fault.
Thanks. I could always count on you to lift my spirits. I'm just glad that Aiden fella's gone. There's something about that guy that rubbed me the wrong way. Maybe it was the gun that he pointed at my head. And I'm not sure I trust his version of events, regarding what went down here.
At least he didn't shoot us.
Hey, I know this may seem odd, but I think I want to stay here for a while. We may have stopped these gunners coming to Concord, but in doing so, we might have dug ourselves into an even deeper pit. I need to think things over. Maybe come up with a new plan of action for us. Or at the very least, reevaluate how we're doing things now.
Whatever you decide to do, I've got your back.
I won't be here long. Come find me at the hardware store later. And stay safe out there, alright? If anything happened to you, well, just stay safe.
Hey, I got a message for you.
Hey, kid.
It's word from Mr. Jared. He's from the CPD. I'm with him, too. We beat the shit out of bad guys. You know, justice. Mr. Jared says that Mr. Kaler thinks you're good at fucking up bad guys, too. So, that's why I gotta give you the message.
Who are you, anyway?
Me? I'm Shandy. Mom named me Andy, but because I don't shut up, everyone's telling me shh. So, now it's just Shandy.
Who are these people?
We're the police. We got uniforms and everything. The Commonwealth Police Department, see? CP&D. The Fossetti's on charge. Mr. Jared gets stuff and I do jobs for him. They can explain better. Nobody tells me nothing anyways. They get me to deliver shit when they're up to fun. Like they did with this one.
Okay, I'm listening.
Mr. Jared says that you had problems with the Gunners too. Said you might like to know where there are some that deserve a good ass kicking. Told me to tell you that we're gonna go to town on some Gunners. He's hoping you come see. Or maybe even help.
Shouldn't be a problem. Just tell me where they are.
Mr. Jared said that you should come down to the headquarters. It's the South Boston PD near Andrews Station and the Gwinnett Brewery. You know, when nice people get the message delivered, they tend to, I don't know, give the messenger some caps or soda or something.
Here's your caps.
Yes! Thanks a bunch. That's wicked cool. Later.
They ain't very nice. They're called gunners. So if you see any, make sure you stay far away from them, all right? Okay, now, I gotta go. But wherever you are, stay safe. I'll see you again soon, sweetheart.
Hey.
Oh, hey, darling. Didn't hear you come in. Turns out our radio connection between the hub and the ASAMs works just fine. I was just recording a message for someone.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Well, after the whole gunner thing, I just... well... It's kind of... this is awkward. I was sort of hoping to keep this private. What I wouldn't give for an interruption right now.
Search complete.
Huh? Oh, right. I asked the robot to find my screwdriver. Good timing. I don't mean to question your logic, Chip, but... does that look like a screwdriver to you?
Affirmative.
You know what? You're right. Turns out this hammer is my screwdriver after all. Good work. Now, why don't you go patrol or something?
Protect and serve.
That bot ain't right.
Maybe I could lend a hand.
Maybe you could. Tell you what, darling. If you can find my screwdriver, I'll tell you who I was recording a message for. It's probably past time I told you anyway. Sound fair?
Not even a hint? Come on, I deserve it.
Sorry. If you want to know, you gotta find my screwdriver. That's the deal.
All right. Deal.
All right, then. We have ourselves a gentleman's agreement.
Here.
Hey, you found it. Thanks. It was driving me nuts looking for this thing. Okay, you held up your side of the deal. I'll spill the beans on who I was recording that message for. You ready for a little history of Jake?
Tell me the whole story.
All right, full backstory it is. So, as I'm sure you already figured out, I'm not exactly local to these parts. I come from a settlement called Sanford. You ever heard of it? It's a nice place, providing you don't mind the odd cyclone or two.
What's it like?
There are far worse places to be in the wasteland you could find yourself. Life there was hard, but it was home. Anyway, that's where I grew up and became a young man. And where I met this young woman. One thing led to another, and... well, you know how it goes. You met someone and had a son, and I met someone and had a...
Do you have a daughter?
Yeah, that's right. I had a little girl. I named her Laura. And from the moment she was born, that kid became my world. What the... oh, that damn generator again! This is the 5th time it's stalled today!
Again?
It's the old plutonium well. The generator that kickstarts the fission reaction. It's been real temperamental lately. Hey, if you wouldn't mind, could you go get it started again for me? It probably just needs refueling.
All is well.
What are you doing down here?
This unit is patrolling.
What happened here?
Hostile target detected.
Never mind. We're done.
Protect and serve.
Hey, robot.
Protect and serve.
I assume you can fix that?
Affirmative. Please stand by.
Hi.
Ah, got the generator humming again, I see. Thanks. It's no fun trying to work in the dark. Now, where was I? Oh, right. So, years pass, and Laura grows up. However, me and her mom, Caitlin, We ended up drifting apart and separating. But I'd still see Laura all the time, though. And when she'd stay with her mom, we'd keep in touch through radio. So, one day I broadcasted our usual radio time to say goodnight. But there's no response. Now, you gotta understand, Laura's the most punctual kid you'd ever meet. She was never late for anything. Naturally, I began to panic a little, worrying if something bad might have happened to her. So I rushed over to Caitlin's house and...
Raiders?
No, not raiders. It was...
Multiple hostile targets detected. Requesting backup.
Huh? Hostile targets? What is that robot?
Flee, 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 flee.
Oh, for crying out loud. Could you go lend the bucket of bolts a hand? As annoying as it can be sometimes, it'd be a pain in the ass to have to rebuild it.
Just what I need right now. Whatever. Take the good with the bad, I guess. Excuse me.
Thanks for dealing with that. Now, let's see if I can finish my story. So, I arrive at Caitlin's house, gun in hand and ready for the worst. I open the door and there was no one there.
Come again? What do you mean?
At first I thought someone must have broken into the place, abducted Caitlin and my kid. But the more I looked around, the more I realized everything was tidy. No signs of struggle. And then I noticed all their belongings were missing. I ran to Laura's room. All her toys, books, even her ham radio was gone. They hadn't been kidnapped. They just packed up and left.
You didn't know? They didn't tell you?
Caitlin sure didn't. I doubt Laura knew anything about it. Well, there's no way in hell I was gonna let Caitlin just disappear with my daughter. After asking around, I found out they booked passage on a caravan. They'd set off that very morning. I dashed back home, gathered a few essentials, and set off in pursuit.
Bitch.
Believe me, after finding out what she did, I called her a lot worse. Anyway, I tracked that damn caravan halfway across the wasteland. By the time I caught up with it, it had made its final stop. Here, in the Commonwealth. Caitlin and Laura had already departed, but I knew where they were now. Since then, I've put out a radio message every night, hoping Laura might hear it. Know that her dad is out here looking for her. After our little run-in with the gunners, I needed to warn her to stay away from them. I know she probably won't hear it, but still, I had to try.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just, I've not really spoken to anyone about Laura since I got here. Unless you count the Ron. Anyway, thanks for listening. Feels good to finally share. Get everything off my chest.
Oh, what is it now? Feral dwarves? Irradiating death claws?
What? What's all this about death claws?
Oh, old Paul! Sorry, I wasn't expecting visitors.
How's it going, Paul?
Well, cheese and crackers. You must be the ones with the ASM sensors, eh?
Me and my partner here, yeah. And they're called ASAMs.
Is it true what the old geezer said? Can ASMs really help build up settlements?
Well, sure, as long as what your settlement needs are some homes or farms or a scrap heap. But I should warn you, recently there's been some trouble with...
Gee, a scrap heap. Well, that settles it. We'll take 100 ASMs, please. How many caps does that come to?
Whoa, slow down. We're not just peddling some product here. Besides, I'm not even sure we should be handing these things out anymore.
What do you mean? Why not?
Hey, don't tell me you've already forgotten. That Aiden guy may have been a Brahmin's ass, but he did have a point. It's a fair bet that settlement got attacked because they used ASAMs. Who's to say the same thing wouldn't happen again?
You don't. That's part of the risk, right?
I'm just not sure it's right to give out sensors to random settlements no more. Not if it puts them in danger.
If you're concerned about giving sensors out to strangers, why not have them join us instead? I've got no problem defending those we bring into the fold.
Hey, we'd be happy to join with ya. Right now we're kind of living rough, so whatever it takes to get some ASMs, eh?
I don't know.
Look, I don't see what the problem is here.
Things are different now. We ain't just dealing with raiders or the odd mutant anymore. Can you honestly say it's the right thing to have these people join us?
You need to decide, Jake. What's it gonna be?
I don't know. After the whole Gunner thing. What do you think, darling? What's the right thing to do?
Don't worry. I'll get you up and running.
Really? You'd have us? Aw, geez, thanks.
I still think we may be asking for trouble. But I think you're right. We can't be scared to help folks. Okay, let's do this.
Oh, you really don't know what this means to us. Thank you so much.
No problem. Welcome to the family. Sorry, what's your name?
Hubert. Here, I'll mark where we're staying on your Pip-Boy. I'll run ahead and tell the others. Meet you there, eh?
I'll tag along with the youngin'. I'm fairly familiar with sensors by now. I'll get his people up to speed before you arrive.
Here, darling, take these. A few extra ASAMs, in case you need them. Let's get these folks up and running. And if the Gunners do show up again, well, we'll just have to put them in their place, won't we? I'm gonna get back to repairing the hub. Oh, and thanks again for listening today. Good luck now.
Say so. And, just who the hell are you again?
Me? I'm old Paul. Used to be a scabbard.
See? Here they are now, I told ya. All our building problems are solved.
You really are an idiot, Hubert. After I've dealt with this, remind me to explain the meaning of low profile to you. Okay, that's far enough. Throw your weapon on the ground. Let's see those hands in the air.
Calm down. Let's talk this out.
There's nothing to talk about. Hubert may have asked to join you, but he doesn't speak for all of us. And I don't for a second believe what he or this old man say about these ASAM sensors.
ASAMs!
ASAM! Whatever! Look, I don't want to hurt you, but I don't trust your reasons for being here. So please, just hand over your weapon.
But I want to help you guys.
All right, fine. You can hold on to your weapon. I better not regret this.
See, Stodge? No shooting. I told you it was all good. No one's here to hurt us. So why not listen about the ASAMs now, eh? If we joined this nice lady, she'd help us build this place into a real home.
Youngest, right. Seen these sensors in action myself. Just the thing for a fledgling settlement.
Okay, fine. If it shuts the two of you up, I'll listen. But I'm still not convinced these things are the answer to a new home.
I want to help, but I don't like the secrecy. Who are you really?
Considering you've not shot any of us yet, I suppose there's no harm in telling you. You ever heard of the Gunners? They're a merc group with a nasty mean streak. I actually used to run with them a couple of decades ago. Back then, they weren't so bad. But recently, they've been making a real nuisance of themselves, laying claim to territory all over the Commonwealth. Their most recent claim was our settlement. They annexed it. So we ran. Now we're just trying to lay low and rebuild what we lost. But, if you ask me, the Gunners are up to something. They were never this territorial before. If you happen to run into any of them, watch yourself.
What are you guys doing out here?
We're preparing for a dance number. What does it look like we're doing?
Stodge, don't be an ass. It's a fair question.
Oh, okay. We're trying to build ourselves a new home. Hubert here was meant to be looking for supplies and materials we could use, all whilst keeping a low profile so that he wouldn't draw any attention to us. Instead, he signs us up to some kind of construction scheme and brings back a bunch of strangers. So you'll forgive me if I seem a little pissed.
What would it take to convince you?
Okay, even if I did believe these ASAMs do everything I've been told, how do I know we could trust you? We just had our old home taken from us by goddamn mercenaries. Had to flee just so we wouldn't become indentured workers. So I can't say I'm thrilled with the idea of us running, only to be leashed by some new landlord, making promises they can't keep. Even if these senses of yours work, I'd need to know we're not signing over our independence and freedom. I need to know you're on the level.
All people want to be free. They just need the opportunity to take it.
And just what the hell is that supposed to mean?
Exactly what she said. The sensors just provide you the means, but the responsibility's on you. You put in the work, and what you build is yours. Now that sure sounds like independence and freedom to me.
Well, when you put it like that. Okay, I'll go along with this whole sensor thing. We'll join with you. You better not try and screw us over.
Oh, great. With Stodge on board, everyone else will fall right in line.
But I've one condition, and it's non-negotiable. We'll join with you, and use your sensors. But you gotta let us decide how we use them. If we're gonna make a new home, then we should have the say in how it's built.
Fair enough.
All right. Well then, I think we can make this work. Okay, everyone, listen up. This is how we're gonna do things. We need to decide on a leader. Someone who can take charge of the building effort, and then run the place once construction's done. Most of us have skills that'd be useful in a leadership position. So anyone who thinks they're up to the task, step forward and make yourself known. I'll go first. What the? I can't say I expected Hubert to step forward. But what are you doing, old man? You're not one of us.
I've already benefited from the sensors. If I can, I'd like to return some of the kindness shown to me and help you people out. I know I may not look like much, but I've been around a while. Reckon I could offer some useful guidance, at least until you're on your feet.
Fair enough. But all three of us can't lead. We'll have to pick just one of us.
Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't you decide who gets put in charge? I think you'd probably choose a good leader.
Why do I have to be involved in this?
Well, you're kind of already involved. I mean, we are joining you, eh? And it's thanks to you and your awesomes we're able to do this. Plus, I think you make a good choice in picking the best person to lead us.
All right, I'll do it.
Well, that's all kinds of fantastic. I can't wait to see who you pick.
Excuse me.
How's it going, eh? Got someone in mind for the job?
Tell me about yourself.
Oh boy, where to start? Well, I was born, then I was a baby for a while, then a whole bunch of stuff happened. And naturally, I ended up joining the Children of Adam. Nice guys, but a bit too serious. So I left them and went walkabout, and then I met Stodge. Saved me from a real big mole rat. Then eventually me, Stodge, and some others formed a settlement. Then we lost it. Then we came here. Think that's about everything.
Okay, say your piece.
Oh, like, what would I do if I was in charge? Whew, that's a head-scratcher for sure. Well, suppose I could ask my old church friends to help out. You know, if we're ever in trouble or something. And I guess just try and make the people happy. A smile can go a long way, you know? Just don't ask me to keep no town records or nothing. I ain't much for bookkeeping and stuff. Too many numbers, you know?
I still haven't decided.
Oh, okay then.
What? Excuse me.
Made your pick, have you?
Tell me about yourself.
I'm old Paul. What else is there to know? I suppose I could tell you how old I am, but honestly, I can't remember. I used to live up in Diamond City. I owned a gun store up there. I made the best guns in the Commonwealth. You ever hear of the Broken Mask incident? It was one of my guns that took down that haywire synth. But after that, I didn't feel much like staying in town. So I took up the life of a scaver. And it suited me just fine. But old age has a way of creeping up on you, slowing you down. So I suppose you could say I'm retired now.
Okay, say your piece.
You mean, what would I do if I was in charge? Guns! Guns for everyone! Nothing says settlement safety like everyone carrying a loaded firearm. And I guess I could share some of my expertise from my days as a scaver. Show everyone the right way to strip down salvage and how to properly maintain things. Youngsters don't know how to care for stuff these days.
I'll think about it and get back to you.
Alrighty, take your time.
Huh? You made up your mind?
It would be nice to know more about you.
What? Am I story time Stodge now? What would you even want to know? How about that I'm a ghoul? Probably didn't notice that, did you? I'm not one of those decrepit pre-war ones, though. Although, I am pretty old. Old enough to have been a gunner. Back when that title was still worth something. But that was long ago. These days, I'm more concerned with keeping me and mine safe from anything the Commonwealth can throw at us. Which is a lot.
Okay, say your piece.
What? I gotta sell myself? Fine. If you put me in charge, you can expect things to be efficient and done right. I run a tight ship, and I don't take no crap. I'd put my focus on defense and making sure everyone pays their dues. And if people don't like it, they can suck it.
I'll have to think about it a bit more before I decide.
Fine. Huh? You made up your mind?
I've made my choice.
Oh? Who'd you pick?
How about you?
Smart pick. You made the right choice.
Hey.
Well, would you look at that? The ASAMs worked exactly as you said. I suppose I owe you an apology. So, sorry. I think you've given us the fresh start we needed. You can count on me to lead this place in your name. Thank you for everything.
Hey! Hey, you're never gonna guess what I just got running. The comm hub! You hear that? That's the sound of the Commonwealth suits. Ah! Huh? What? Oh! Come on! Oh! Well, I was gonna suggest you come and see this thing in action, but seems the comm hub decided exploring would be a better use of its time. You should still head on back. Fill me in on how things went with those folks. By the time you arrive, I should have the hub up and running again. Just need to replace those damn tubes.
Calculating chance of success. Less than 5%.
That's enough out of you.
Hey.
Oh, hey. I hope things went more smooth for you than they have for me. You take care of them folks? They all set up with ASAMs now?
Yeah, I took care of him.
Ah, good to hear. After our meeting with the gunners, I was a little spooked. Was thinking twice about this whole ASAM thing. Thanks for talking me around. Now, my turn to share some good news. I managed to get the comm hub running. Come over here, let me show you. I was patching in a few more parts when suddenly the darn thing just sprung to life. Guess I bypassed enough busted components.
I knew you had it in you.
We're not out of the woods just yet, but we are close. Now that the comm hub's actually running, I know the exact parts we need to get it fully repaired. If I could get this baby firing all cylinders again, it'll be perfect for what you'll be needing.
And what is it you think I need?
You need, well, that is, we need fully networked settlements. And with just a few more repairs, that's precisely what the comm hub can do. It'll be able to automatically manage all inter-settlement communications. And a few extra things to boot.
Tell me about it.
Well, as best as I've been able to figure, the comm hub was meant to be installed somewhere so all the ASAMs would have something to connect to. But at some point, Vault-Tec got their hands on it, probably to try and rip off the design. And then that Magnuson fellow stole it from Vault-Tec. Although no idea why Magnuson had the hub shipped to Olivia. With the hub fully functional, we could finally establish reliable communications between every single one of our settlements. Think about it. Near instant communication. Every settlement part of a networked interchange. If we had something like that, surprise attacks would be a thing of the past. Not even the gunners would be a worry no more. Plus, we'd have efficient division of labor, meaning faster settlement growth.
What's the catch?
Yeah, always a catch, ain't there? We're not quite at the settlement interchange stage just yet. First, we're gonna need some specialized components to fully repair this thing. That's where I'm gonna need your help. That is, if you're willing to do a little legwork.
What's the plan?
The plan is to connect every settlement we have together via a network. An interchange, if you will. Once established, the improved communication would help us avoid surprise attacks, and even cut down on the time settlements need to develop.
Sure. I'm game.
Now that's the spirit I love to see. Here, I've already written a list. These locations are where we should be able to find the components we need. However, this ain't gonna be the kind of stuff you'll be able to grab yourself. The parts will need to be stripped out of the tech they're housed in. But don't worry, I got the solution. Mala! Get over here! I believe you're familiar with our robot friend. Figured it was past time she had a name.
Good to see you again.
Mala here could take care of stripping out the components and deliver them back to me. And some of the Concord residents have volunteered to help as well. What you need to do is clear out a potential salvage site, scan it with an ASAM, and leave behind a locator beacon.
How'd you come up with that name?
Well, it seemed kind of rude just calling her robot all the time. And considering she has an official function now, I thought a name was in order. Mobile Analytic Load-Bearing Automaton. Or Mala. And since the name sounds kind of feminine, I figured that makes her a girl robot.
Protect and serve.
The locator beacon is an old side project of mine. I used to use them to mark areas where I found useful salvage. However, they're not exactly practical, so I kind of stopped using them. That's not to say they're not useful. They're just real heavy.
So, I'm just muscle.
Well, yeah, but good-looking muscle. Seriously, though, this ain't a task just any brute can handle. You'll also have to press a button. I've adapted Mala's transceiver unit so she can pick up and follow the beacon's signals. That way, the robot can get to and from the salvage site without wandering off and getting lost.
Okay.
I've started building some locator beacons we can use for the job. Now, I know they look a bit on the heavy side, and they are. But keep in mind, my first prototypes was twice as big, and 3 times as heavy.
You're kidding, right?
Nope.
Really?
Really.
Okay. You talked me into it.
All right. Here's the first finished beacon. If you're a little way down, you can always unload some excess gear. I've updated your Pip-Boy with the locations. Up to you where you pick. You just need to clear out the area, scan it, place down the beacon at the marked coordinates, then head on back for the next beacon. Happy trails, and good luck.